I want to bring in now Nikole Killion, who's at the White House, to discuss this announcement. Nikole, we are hearing reports that the Senate Judiciary Committee could start a 4-day hearing for Judge Barrett on October 12th. You were right there at the announcement. What more can you tell us about the next steps in this process?
Well, you can expect the process to move quickly. CBS News has already confirmed that the White House has begun reaching out to Republican senators to try to set up meetings with Judge Barrett as early as next week. And then as of right now, the tentative schedule is that we expect opening statements to begin in the Judiciary Committee as early as October 12th. That would be followed by 2 days of questioning, and then that would be followed by another day that would allow witnesses to come before the committee. So we're talking mid-October for the start of these confirmation hearings. And of course, ideally, the president and Republicans would like to get her confirmed before the election, which would mean a vote potentially sometime before the end of October.
And on that front, Nikole, how important is it for the Trump campaign to get her confirmed before the election?
Well, certainly the president has indicated a desire for that to happen, although just last night at a rally, he said it didn't necessarily have to. But if it does, he feels like that would be a great victory, certainly for him and certainly for his supporters. But again, that is a timetable that they would like to hold to just in order to get someone on the court, get someone confirmed, because as you know, obviously, it's a process that only comes around every so often. So Republicans really feel like now is their time to get this done.
It is interesting to have heard the president talk about her nomination to the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals. He said at that time he heard from Democrats, Republicans, and independents writing in support of her remarkable intellect and that she was eminently qualified. And Nikole, you also spoke with both conservative and liberal groups ahead of the president's announcement. What did they tell you about their strategies concerning the nomination of Judge Barrett and the upcoming general election?
Well, that's right. I spoke with the head of the Susan B. Anthony list, which really has been one of the groups at the forefront pushing for Judge Barrett. In fact, the president of the organization met with the president earlier this week and said she has been talking to him and Republican lawmakers about timing and trying to move this through. So for that organization in particular, they certainly see this as a big victory. This has certainly been an issue that they have been pushing as far as trying to get more conservative justices on the court. So this certainly falls in line with their goals and objectives. I did press the head of the organization in particular about whether or not this could potentially mean overturning landmark decisions like Roe v. Wade, if that's the ultimate goal here. And, the president of this organization certainly did not go there as far as whether or not that is their objective, but certainly suggested that they support, obviously, more restrictions when it comes to abortion in this country, and they're not sure what form that would take, but certainly they feel like Judge Barrett would be able to move the ball forward on some of those issues, and we know some of those issues are pending in legal challenges. And then, additionally, as far as liberal organizations, they are gearing up for a fight, and while they realize that this may get pushed through potentially before the election, they do feel that this is an opportunity to galvanize voters, Democratic voters, because so much is at stake, whether it's Roe v. Wade, whether it is the Affordable Care Act, which will come before the court right after the election, or the election itself, as far as whether or not there are any challenges. So from that standpoint, both sides really feel like this will galvanize their supporters. And so that for that reason, you can expect this will not only be a very intense fight, but a very expensive one, because both conservative and liberal groups will be pouring a lot of money into ads over the next couple of weeks, on both sides, obviously, over this nomination.
Very interesting, very high stakes. All right, Nikole Killion, thank you.